The oldest woman I've ever been with, she was... One day she texted me at like 11:05 a.m. She goes, "What are you up to?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just finishing up some work." And I go, "What are you up to?" She goes, "I'm about to have lunch." And I go, "It's 11:05. You just showed your age right there. You having lunch before street cleaning? I mean, this is elderly activity. It's 11:05.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Retirement House Podcast.
The only podcast with over 450 years of collective wisdom and experience.
We have a very special guest with us today. You may know him as the finance bro, a bang energy connoisseur, or an overprotective mother, or by many other roles he plays on his online content.
Not only has he racked up over 1 billion views online, he's also a touring stand-up comedian that's playing iconic venues around the country.
I am trying to.
And he's the host of the Stiff Socks podcast at the ripe old age of 29. And that means that we were born in the same year.
Yeah, we're both 29.
Yeah, 1993, right?
Of course,
Oh,
92,
right on,
92.
man. 92?
By a day.
No, you
December
older than me
30th.
then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, I can buy you booze if you need it. Got a couple gilfs on my hotline. I got you.
So everybody, please welcome Trevor Wallace.
Hey.
Yay!
Yeah, we going to Chili's, bitch.
I thought we were getting Dave Chappelle.
Oh, no.
Same guy, same budget. Yeah.
Dave Chappelle.
What
He
a
might walk
letdown,
off.
Jesus.
How did you get into comedy, and how did you turn that passion into such a huge career?
I was never good at anything, and then I found out I was decent at making people laugh. I was the guy I was a senior in high school, and everyone else in my class was like a freshman in the math class, so I was dumb, as they call it by its government terms. And I don't know, I tried stand-up comedy when I was 17, and it was the first time I felt like I was decent at something. Like I never had a game-winning touchdown or like last-minute buzzer beater shot, but the first time I made an audience laugh, I felt like I finally achieved that same level of endorphins to be like, whoa, that's my touchdown. And I loved it. And I would always make videos at home, just like with a camcorder, just for whatever reason. I've always was just fascinated with video. And then Vine came out. We all know Vine.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And I connected with it. I had a few videos, get a couple of views on there, and then that sparked the inspiration. And I was like, how do I just merge the two? I'm going to keep doing stand-up, keep doing Vines. And Vine kind of went away. Then I was just making videos on Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah, right on.
Now I'm yelling at a mansion with the Retirement House squad. So things are going well. You know? Yeah.
You're hitting the top spots.
Stepping up in the world, yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Retirement house.
Yeah, I got free handicap parking being here. It's beautiful. I think I just kept making videos, and I think the first video that hit was like 2017, and I've just I always think about my career as like a fire, and just keep throwing logs on the fire, just keep it going bigger and bigger, you know?
And do you write your own material?
Yeah.
And what do you love about writing? Do you sit in a room alone? Do you do it on the stage? What's your process?
I think the best writing comes to you when you're not trying to be funny, when you're just sitting there kind of zoned out. You're waiting for a plane to board, and the best stuff is observational stuff. It just kind of comes to you. It's so hard for me to sit down and just be like, what is funny? What is funny? Instead, I just keep an open mind and you observe. The funniest stuff is right in front of you.
Yeah, and when you try to be funny, it kills the funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true. It's very true.
Mm-hmm. So did you take classes or training of any sort?
Yeah. I've done some improv classes in Hollywood, done some of that stuff. That helped kind of get outside of the box and just trust the mind and keep talking until you find something funny. And then I did a stand-up class when I was 17, and that's where the first performance was there. So.
Yeah, right.
It was the only class I give a shit about, you know? Didn't have to take Adderall for it. It was great.
You say you observe a lot, but what steps do you take to make an idea into a great joke?
I think getting every different angle, and the angle that most people don't think of. You know, if you're, you know, if everybody's thinking like, if everybody hates one thing, you should be the guy who loves it. If you take the unpopular stance and you can get the untouched material, like that's really where the big stuff is. Ideally, or if somebody hasn't broken a joke on something yet, like with trends. And I think, like you mentioned, the Bang Energy. You know, nobody had really made fun of them when I made that video lightly, and then I made that video, and people are like, "Oh yeah, those guys are weird," or "Those energy drinks do suck," or "The CEO is too jacked to be a CEO." Like those observations.
Right.
Funny video. That was very funny.
Thank you.
But with as fast paced as it is now, with every kind of app out there, are you watching to see what kind of hits you're getting and what your numbers are like?
Oh yeah, me and I have a small team that I work with, and we were always bouncing videos back and forth. We're like, "Did you see this one's doing that? This is doing there," and you know, it's all about just observing and kind of. It's like, you know, a video is like a plant. Once you put it out there, you can, you know, you kind of just let it grow. And is it going to be a dud? Is it going to be a sequoia? You don't really know. But sometimes they surprise you. Sometimes you look at it and it doesn't really do much, but then you look at it a week later and you're like, oh shit.
It just blew up.
Where did the red fern grow? You know, it really took off or whatever. So yeah, I think I'm always looking. I'm always also hoping that some apps like die. Like I'm really hoping Be Real dies because I haven't made an account yet. So I don't want to. Because, you know, like when Clubhouse came out, I was like, oh, fuck, this could be a good opportunity. And then it died out, and I was like, thank God, I didn't have to make an account, you know?
Do you do any extracurricular things to help your creativity, like alcohol?
Oh, alcohol. Okay, yeah. I was thinking working out, but yeah.
That's extracurricular.
It is extracurricular. I think... I don't know if I've had any good ideas drunk. I've had good videos drunk. I made a video with my one of my best friends, this guy Churdleys. We did a video at Coachella where we dressed up as pizza boys, and we were pretty intoxicated for that. And that's one of my favorite videos because I think we genuinely had fun with it. And alcohol does make things more fun. So I think if you're having fun on screen, people can feel that.
Yeah, one of our favorite videos is the one we did at Old Chilla.
Yeah. If you're genuinely having fun, I think the audience can feel that. Old Chilla?
Old Chilla.
Chinchilla?
No, that was Old
That's a pet.
Anything like
Old Chilla. I've heard of that. That's in Coachella, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys go to that?
Just south of there, yeah.
Were you there this year?
I was a little too young.
Oh.
Yeah, they had like they're like, if you don't have this many wrinkles in your forehead, you can't get in. You know, like the height requirements.
I guess that's why they didn't stop me.
You were too young. We were too old.
Damn. Is there an age like if I'm like 29, will they let me in? I'll be like, oh, you're too young to be here, bro.
They won't let you in?
Assistant, maybe.
Okay, an assistant. Yeah.
You know, I think
Caregiver.
Help park the Toyota Siennas.
I think it's a good time to ask you, do you believe in aliens?
Do I believe in aliens? I'd say so. Yeah. I mean, if I believe in astrology, it's kind of the same shit. Aliens and astrology, you know, it's all the same.
Would you hook up with an alien?
Did I hook up with one?
Would you?
Would I? Yeah, I think so. That's good content right there.
Yeah.
That's such clickbait right there.
You got it.
I slept with an alien. Then giant parentheses, not clickbait. Didn't die. Comes even harder.
I haven't been this hard since '88.
Since '88. And the aliens
my
knew that
God.
because they're watching.
That's
Yeah.
great stuff there.
Yeah. Call my dick
You
Area
weren't
51.
even born in '88, right?
No, at 92.
92.
I was somewhere in a ball sack at that age. I'd do it. Would you sleep with an alien?
I have already.
Oh, damn. Damn. And how was that? Sextraterrestrial? How was it?
It was otherworldly.
Out of this world? Yeah.
Out of this world.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Hey, I like you already.
Beautiful. I like you guys.
Oh, here
You're
she goes.
wonderful.
Thank you. You guys are wonderful.
And I know you won't believe this, but I actually, when I first got back to LA and I started performing, I actually did stand-up comedy.
Nice.
Yeah, and the very first thing I would say is, what is that old lady doing up here? You know, and
Yeah.
then everybody would laugh.
Yeah,
because
of course.
Everybody thought, what is she doing up
But I think that's a great way. If you get on stage and you address who you are, you self-deprecating or something like that, or you let it be known that you know that who you are, then you can talk shit about whoever. But if I look like this and I'm talking shit about crowd members, they're like, what about you?
What's wrong?
Yeah, you have, your nose looks like the Seahawks logo. Can we address that? You know, that you gotta self-deprecate to let them know that everydy's fair game, even yourself.
Even yourself. Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
the great danger of stand-up is bombing out. So
Oh, of course.
Have you ever bombed out on stage? And
Plenty.
what did you do?
I usually blame the audience. I blame the audience.
Oh, you just don't get
I
this
start yelling
joke.
stats. I go 9 million followers on TikTok, 2.6 on Instagram. No, it's I try to like not take it out on the audience. I try to just keep moving, keep it going.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because the audience doesn't know if they're supposed to be laughed there, right? Ideally they should, but if you just keep it going, then they don't. If you address it, then it makes it more obvious. But if you just keep going and you bridge that gap, they won't think about it as much.
Yeah, Jay Davis said to me one time, "Don't mind the silence in the room. That means they're listening to you."
I guess.
Or they laugh.
I've heard that before.
I have a bone to pick
Because
with that one.
silence at the wrong time will piss you off. If a joke gets a laugh 30 out of 32 times, and then those 2 times it doesn't get a laugh, you're like, why? What's going on here? But sometimes it's something dumb, like somebody's puking in the back row, and they're more interested in puke than jokes, which I get.
Yeah.
Puking's fascinating.
So you have lost to a heckler before.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. One time a guy after a show like nut tapped me, hit me in the dick.
Hit you where?
The dick, the penis.
man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's, then you can't have any alien sex then.
Oh no. I'm like Lance Armstrong,
Don't
one
like
ball.
bruised
Yeah.
dicks.
Well,
Yeah, it
is there a
hurt.
slang term for that when you lose? I mean, what are you known as now? I mean, if you lose to hecklers.
I think just a bitch.
There you go.
No, I don't know. I think hecklers already lost because they're heckling. You know, like they're at a place in life where they're like, "No, you shut up." It's like, all right, I don't. You paid money for me to talk tonight, so
Well, that's
then they
like the
want
guy
you
with
to shut
Bitcoin,
up.
right?
yeah, the guy with
Yeah.
Bitcoin, yeah.
I remember when doing stand-up, how you mentioned some things go great and all of a sudden it doesn't go over.
Yeah.
It can be the crowd, because you'd tell something like going to the Comedy Store. They love me.
Yeah,
The same stuff at the Improv. No.
weird.
But it's crazy. But speaking of weird, since you've become famous now, have you gotten any weird requests for people that want to pay you for someplace?
Of course.
Like
Somebody-
you show up somewhere like retirement house or anything like that?
I got offered to host a vape contest, and my schedule didn't align. I really wanted to. I would have like judged guys blow O's, and that sounds sexual, but it's actually pretty sick. And I wish I could have done that. Just a bunch of guys vaping in Oklahoma, and then I would have judged it, but my schedule didn't line up. Somebody offered me $200 to see the sole of my foot, just the heel. And then they came back a couple months later and said $50. So they renegotiated. I guess the housing market isn't great. But inflation's fucking everybody up. But yeah, they went $200 for the soul picks, and then they went $50.
Wow.
And best $50 ever made. So
Where is the weirdest place you've ever done your stand-up?
oh wow, either in a laundromat or the Hooters on Sunset Boulevard or Hollywood Boulevard.
Laundromat?
Laundromat, San Francisco, up in the Bay Area. There's one.
Really?
Also on Hollywood Boulevard. Is there a Hooters there still? Oh, a bunch of loyal men. They don't know. Wow. But there used to be it was on Wednesdays. There was
tell
a
us, Larry.
there was a decent like comedy night at Hooters on Wednesday. And like as a comedian, if you got up that night, it was like good because it was a good crowd. But do you know how hard it is for your jokes to be better than double D's? It's very hard. Like nobody's looking at me telling jokes. They're like tits, 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 tits.
Yeah,
That's
double
what
D.
props are for, you know?
God, I wish I had some, you know?
So, what do you look for in a girl to date?
Are they vacuuming upstairs?
Yeah. There are people that live up
This-
there.
At this hour? Who the fuck is vacuuming?
They've been
You know,
gone
the
all
drug
day.
dogs
It's
coming
part
soon?
of the rent, yes, yes.
I think you should tell him what kind of girl you like to date.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask him that what advice you could give me to approach a girl in the street.
Dude, I'm so bad at that. I usually
Tell him what kind of girl you like.
yeah, look,
Oh, anyone that's breathing.
Horizontally speaking.
horizontal.
I have
Okay, got you.
I'm sorry, I didn't pick that
Vertical
cue
standing
up.
up, right?
that cue up before.
I like dark hair, brunette, a good smile. I don't really have a good pickup line. I usually, run up to a girl on the street, yell "help," and then keep running, and that usually she'll remember me. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Do
that's
you pick up girls while you're out on tour? I mean, I've heard things about comedians and what goes on after the show.
Yeah, we're no rock stars. We're no MGK out here. But what's funny about comedy and hookups afterwards is like you're on stage for an hour telling why your brain is so sad and why you need help and why you go to therapy. Not a lot of women are like, God, that was hot, you know? But when you watch a rap concert, it's just a guy yelling about Rolls Royces and Bentleys, and girls are like, I could live that life, you know? So for me, I'm like, yeah, my dad touched me when I was 3, and people are like, well, I don't think I'm going to do that either. So I think it's a different like energy. Like you see a rapper on stage and you're like, I want to party with that guy. But with comedians, you're like, I want to hug that guy. I want to help him. You know?
So I have a question for you.
Of course.
F Killer, marry us 3. Go.
What 3?
Retha, Chuck, and myself.
Okay.
Oh, Chuck?
What's wrong with Chuck?
All right. Well, the 3 participating. Let me get
I'm just kidding.
I'll do it.
Well, I'll give you other choices.
Sure,
Marge
yeah.
Simpson
Marge Simpson,
Bugs
beat
Bunny?
off top.
or Barney. Do you need
Barney got to go. Barney Glock to the head. That dude got a felony somewhere in Nantucket. That guy is sketchy. Barney, kill Barney. Fuck Bugs. Bugs Bunny, freak, got all the energy. Then I'm gonna marry Marge Simpson.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like that hair, huh?
Yeah, I think if she straightened it out a little bit, a little perm.
Yeah.
That's good.
She might be like Rapunzel, you know.
Yeah.
Letting down that hair.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. And her hair you can also use get cobwebs.
Right
down.
on. Yeah.
Have you gone on any of the dating sites, and do you tell the truth when you're there?
No, I don't really use those, honestly. It's just like, I don't know, it's just time consuming. You know, not really. I don't really use those. I like to meet women the good old fashioned way.
That's
Yep.
Instagram.
How about it?
Yeah.
Instagram?
I'm a romantic, you know.
Oh, let's
I'm
hear
in
it for
these
romance.
DMs. Let's be honest. No,
Old-fashioned way.
you know, yeah. I like to meet people in person, you know.
So tell us something that you're really proud of that you never admit to anyone.
Oh, wow. I'm proud that my parents support me. That's really it. I remember the day I told them I was quitting my day job to pursue comedy, and they we're good. Like, we knew this moment was coming. Because at first I talked about leaving my day job, and they're like, yeah, but let's be honest, you know.
Yeah.
They're like, they have good insurance over there. You really want to leave Kaiser Permanente to go make video skits, Trevor?
True.
I think, the most thing I'm proud of is just the fact that I have my parents' support, and my dad is retired. He could join the house, and he comes to a lot of the shows, and he lives vicariously through me.
Really?
So the fact that I make him proud, and also proud to be he's my dad and he's proud of it, I think is my favorite thing.
Oh, right on.
So you grew up in L.A.?
Pretty much the outskirts, an hour away in Ventura County.
What jobs did you have before you became popular on the internet?
Oh, I've had an array of. I worked at a Jamba Juice a little bit in college. I worked at a frozen yogurt store.
Were you cracking jokes while you were working at these places?
A little bit. Yeah, I was so bad at Jamba Juice. I'd never remember the smoothie combinations. So they put me on. I was the guy that would yell out the orders. Yeah, they'd be like, Reuben, strawberry surf rider. That was me, because I couldn't remember the drink combinations. So my boss was like, you're loud and you have personality. You should just yell out the drinks. I worked in a Costco in the little kiosks.
Yeah.
I sold blinds, not the people, but I thought that was I did. We did all window coverings and whatnot.
Wow.
Did that, and then I did social media for this YouTube company for a couple of years, and All Def Digital, great people, and then I got to be in their videos while posting their videos, so I learned social media a lot being there. So I think that was very helpful.
Oh, I bet it was.
So comedy's kind of come naturally to you.
I think so, yeah. I was always the young guy in the group, so I would get picked on by my older friends, but they were still protective over me. Other kids wouldn't talk shit to me and they would back me up, but when in the group, I was always getting picked on. But I think it's good because that built a personality, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
So I think looking back on it was fine, you know?
So you've hung out with older people? And what's the oldest woman you have
Oh, here
hung
we
out
go.
with?
He's not a cougar.
Oh, you
Well,
don't
he
know
might
that?
be.
The oldest woman I've ever been with,
Oh, God, this should be good.
I think she was 39.
Sorry, ladies.
Still a baby.
39, and she didn't have a child, so
And you were how old at that point?
I was like 22.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
But that was pretty cool for me.
That's educational.
Yeah.
I just came out of college. I was just
Yeah.
you
ladies,
know.
you're safe. He'd have to double that 39 to get one of your.
I thought it was cool though, you know. But she like kept being like, "You'll never guess how old I am," and then I would guess, and she just wouldn't tell me. She would like keep it a game. She's like,
Yeah.
"I'm older, but I'm not gonna tell you how much older." But one day she texted me at like 11:05 a.m. She goes, "What are you up to?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just finishing up some work." And I go, "What are you up to?" She goes, "I'm about to have lunch." And I go, "It's 11:05." You just showed your age right there. You having lunch before street cleaning? I mean, this is elderly activities. 11:05. You got grandkids? 11:05 is crazy early. She was eating porridge for lunch. It was a whole thing.
Oh, the early bird.
Yeah.
11:05. Early bird gets the worm. Pun intended. So, but yeah, she's like, "I'll never tell you," but she told me without telling me. Yeah. Then she told me 39. Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Poor thing.
About that.
Nice lady though. Nice lady though.
Yeah.
So you're handling so many different wonderful things right now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do to preserve your mental health?
That's a great question. I think my mental health is happiest when I am creating, when I'm making videos, when I'm on stage, because this is all I've ever dreamed to do. And when I don't get to do that, I get antsy.
Yeah.
Like I don't like the holidays. It's too slow, you know? It's like I'll be at Christmas and I'm trying to think about how I can make a video out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people around me get annoyed, but like I love it. It's all I've ever, like I'm always trying to look for the content in something. But to preserve it, I also like to try and like work out or something. That'll usually clear my mind, or just like a good sleep, you know?
Do you like to work out?
No. But I like how I feel after.
After.
The after effects of working out. A little bit of endorphins, quick little boost, great.
You're managing all this, the stand-up, the videos, the podcasts. How many people are on your team?
I got John, my main editor and videographer. I got a guy that tours with me. He films stuff, Kyle, assistant Sarah, and then like one or two that float with me, like on and off, like the day of stuff. I got two guys with me, John and Nick today. So I got about probably like 4 to 5 people that are helping make the wheels turn.
So mom and dad are not included in this ideation process.
Not really, but my mom will always text me, be like, "You got to make a video on kale." You know, she's always she's so wholesome. And one day we'll make a video on kale, but you know, they'll like give me ideas. And my dad loves being in videos too, and that's always like that's my favorite. There was a video where they both were in it somewhat recently, and like watching them like act and have fun with it, and almost like, you know, I grew up going to my dad and my mom's work. And I was like, bring your child's work day. So the fact that I got to bring them to work, I think is like one of my favorite moments, and just seeing them happy.
So speaking of movies, do you do any movies or films?
Oh, I mean, I would love to. That's a call for the old Hollywood, you know?
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I've auditioned for stuff. I've had roles in the small stuff, but I don't really get a lot of like TV or film stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Manifest. Yeah.
Well, you know, the thing now is that you write your own material. You already do that.
Yeah,
Is
you
it
gotta,
time to write your own feature?
I would say so, yeah. Because eventually, you know, I do want to figure out what's the next level. Sure. You know, what's the next, instead of like a 3 to 5 minute sketch video, what's the short film? What's all this and that? But I mean, I love what I do now, so I'm not really waiting for the call. But if it happens, I would love to check it out. But I love what I do now.
You're very popular in the college scene. Have you gone back to your own college to entertain there?
I have been back to the college town to perform in San Jose, but not at the college. But it's in downtown. It's near all that. But yeah, if they paid me, sure, I'd get back to San Jose State, you know? But no, I haven't been back. I've been like near the campus, and there's some good food over there that I'd go get.
What venues do you prefer? The college scene or the club scene, or
like a comedy club in a college town is kind of ideal, where it's like it's younger audiences, but the comedy club is structured and You know, there's some, like, I love comedy clubs in like Phoenix are always good. There's one in Madison, Wisconsin. That's phenomenal. That's a big college town. So, you know, any town that has a drinking problem is going to sell tickets.
It has a hard winner.
Because you have
Oh,
a
yeah,
10
they're
p.m.
funny.
show on a Monday.
Yeah.
You know, some cities like, that's too late. You know, Ohio's like, I don't want to do that. But you put that in Wisconsin, they're like, hell yeah. Why can't it be
Bring it
later?
on.
You know?
Well, then what was it like in New York?
New York's great too because people always kind of come out, but New York's also hard because it's New York.
Yeah.
You're competing with Broadway. You're competing with, you know, people in New York are spoiled because they're like, yeah, we saw John Mulaney last night, you know, at a black box theater that held like 50 people. Like, what's so special about you?
Right.
You got to impress. But when you're in somewhere like Oklahoma City, they're just happy there's an act in town. There's like entertainment in their city. So
Yeah.
So New York is different because, you know, they go like, oh, I could do this any night. Any night I can go see the biggest stars in the world.
Yeah.
So it's always fun when I go to New York, and I love those cities, and especially Chicago, great comedy town.
Oh, I bet.
And the cities are lively, so it feels fun. It feels fun to do a show and then hop out, go to a late dinner with some people and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you walk out on stage, as even a performer here with TikTok, I mean, there's a little, you know, something. Do you feel this need to get yourself pumped up to the place to where you can then come back down? How do you do that?
Oh, that's tricky. I wish I had an answer for that. I think before shows, I don't drink or smoke or anything, you know, but I just have a lot of caffeine. Yeah. But the come down is tricky because the energy of the crowd and you have so much caffeine, then you're just laying in a Sheraton Inn in the bed, just like wired at 2 a.m., just watching South Park again. And yeah, I mean, I wish I had like an on-off button where I could just be like, set timer for 8 hours and go to sleep. You know, I think we need to be updated humans, I think, you know. The fact that I don't have like an iPhone charger in my body, kind of insane, you know?
What are the icks that really bother you?
Oh, I wrote some down. Recently. What was it? People who believe in angel numbers. That's a big one lately. You know what those are?
No.
It's popular in the astrology world where it's like if you see like 222 or 333, it's like the same numbers.
Angel numbers. 444.
Yeah.
333.
444. That's from
555.
Wendy's. Yeah, exactly. 666. What did I write down?
Oh, 666.
People with no spatial awareness. That's a big ick. Like you ever been at the airport, somebody just stops walking, like you run out of batteries.
Right, yeah.
You gotta pull, it's like a freeway. You gotta pull over.
Yeah.
Get off at the nearest Panera Bread and park that ass.
They answer the text.
Or walking even across the street right at you.
Yeah.
Get out of
Spatial
the way.
awareness.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think an ick would be, I think when people, what's the word for this? Belittle what you do. Like if somebody's like this happens a lot at bars where somebody will be like, I don't know who you are, but my friend said you're a comedian. I haven't laughed once. And I go, what is?
I think you're very spontaneous, and people are lucky to watch you.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
you
But like,
are.
that's not a great intro. You could just be like, hey, what's up? I'm Amanda. And I'd be like, hey, Amanda, how you doing? And surely over time we talk, we get to know each other, maybe make a joke or two. But that right there, that's like an ick. If somebody goes like, you're a comedian, tell me a joke.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the
Make me
worst.
laugh, yeah.
I hate
Exactly.
that.
Oh, it's like an actor.
Yeah.
act.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why in the clubs, as a comedian, because they say you're a comedian, tell me a joke, you
Yeah.
never get to pick up the chicks.
Right.
But if you're a singer, anybody got a request they want to hear, and you go and sit in their lap, you sing them a song, you got a date for the night.
Yeah,
Us
exactly.
comics just couldn't make it.
There
Yeah.
was a wonderful story about Sammy Davis Jr. that he always liked to eat in the middle of the night, but he never got a sandwich because every time he opened the refrigerator door and the light would hit him, he'd do 45 minutes.
That's a good joke. I've never heard that.
Yeah, that's a funny one.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, I think that, you know.
It really hurts when it's a family member, because I went back home to play a club in Boston, the Harvard Club, well, the basement of the Harvard Club.
Yeah.
And wanted to have my sister and brother-in-law because they were going to take me down. And she would say, but aren't you afraid if you bombed? I said, I've bombed enough. It
Yeah.
happens. And I noticed a big difference. Out here, the people, I don't want to say they're slow, but back then it was like 30 seconds after the joke, oh, they crack up and they
Oh,
love
yeah.
and they laugh.
Yeah.
Back there, it's like, and then after the show, you were fantastic. You couldn't tell.
Yeah, you get the most comments when you're in your head. Yeah.
Why didn't you
Theirs was
laugh?
up here.
Yeah.
They pick up everything like, that wasn't funny before, but they love it. They're more intellectual.
Okay.
and they're quieter. But out here, it's like they
Yeah.
let it go free. But
It's
they're
like, it's like a rich, smart laugh. Like,
yeah,
hmm.
exactly. They don't want to.
Yeah, the richer you are, the less mouth movement you have when you laugh.
Yeah, they don't want to go too big, take notice. But out here, it's like, okay, that joke has gone by. Oh, then they laugh.
Right.
Halfway through the next joke.
Yeah.
But so I just told my sister, I bombed before. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, I used to. My parents used to make me do my jokes in front of them.
Really?
They would sit at the dinner table because I would come home from college and I would like do jokes at this comedy club in Ventura, and they would be like, "Oh, what are you doing? What are your jokes for tomorrow?" And then I'd be like, "Oh, don't worry about it." They're like, "No, we want to hear it." And like they would sit at the table, and then I would do them, and that is bombing right there.
Yeah.
They're
No
the
pressure.
hardest
Yeah.
audience, right?
You have to
The
bomb
worst
and then eat couscous. Do you know how hard that is to bomb? Then be like, any notes, Dad? Notes? I should have gone back to college. Should have been a dentist.
Tears and couscous.
Yeah, oh my God,
Mix,
that's
you
a
know,
great Netflix title.
Mashed
Tears and
potatoes.
couscous. Yeah. God, I mean, so probably that. Yeah, that's.
Well, obviously your parents inspired you, but who else beyond your family inspired you or gave you inspiration to be a comic?
I think Jim Carrey and Robin Williams are like the two. I loved Mrs. Doubtfire growing up. I would just watch it religiously. I don't know why. I loved it. And then anything Jim Carrey, I think Dumb and Dumber was like my favorite movie. Still is to this day. It's just so, I think it replicates what I said earlier about like, you can tell that him and Jeff Daniels were having fun making it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so much of it is improvised, it's in the moment, and it's like it radiates back that you know that they're having fun. So when you're watching it, you feel like you're having fun. Those are the two. And then I think Dave Chappelle's early stuff is like just
Walks on
untouchable.
water.
Oh yeah, his like first two like HBO specials, Killing Them Softly and For What It's Worth, are like just, and then a bunch of Adam Sandler growing up too. Everything that Happy Madison did in the early days were great.
So did you study those, take notes on that to get your career going? And he does it this way. He delivers this way. And
No, I think I just was, I don't know. I would just watch it and be fascinated and just like, I just wanted to do that so bad. It's like some kids would watch the NBA and be like, I want to be in the NBA. I would just watch that and be like, I could do this. I can do this. And I still haven't been booked in a movie, so I can't do this, but I'm working on it.
I was that way with, Robin Williams, yes.
Yeah.
So mine was, my first inspiration was, they wouldn't know, Red Skelton.
Okay.
God.
Yeah, I mean,
That's almost too old for me.
Funny actor, and just a great performer, could do the pantomime,
Timing
could
is
do timing. Yeah, he was
Extraordinary artist.
You look, that's who you also look a little bit like Red.
No.
No, big eyebrows and so. But yeah, no, and Robin Williams, just comic genius. Just happened to have
so good.
such a loss.
So you have such a big following. Everybody here knows that I'm Mabel, who really listens to Mother Nature. Do you think about how to make serious things funny so that the people watching you, the young people watching you, will really think about it when the show's over?
Man, no. You know,
That kills that idea.
I think my comedy is very much like, I just want it to just be like, I feel like I'm talking to a group of friends. I think there's comedians out there who do such a good job tackling the politics and what's wrong with and what's going on in the world. I try to take you away from that, where it's like, I'm not going to talk about what's happening and different wars and different that, because like I think we use comedy to escape that. I mean, I use comedy to escape pain all the time. That's why I didn't go to therapy for 28 years, you know. But I try to stay away from any of that. I just like another guy I love is Nick Swartzen, and he's really good at just joking about his friends and the funny. And that's a guy who I saw on stage and I was like, that's the kind of comedy I want to emulate, where it's just fun and you're not thinking too much and you're not.
It's a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I heard you do some things that were like financial people and giving
yeah,
it
of
back
course.
against for cryptocurrency and all that.
Yeah.
Do you really know about that stuff?
No, but it's very easy to make people think that you do. All you have to do is you give directions, like you say a coin, and you can really just lie and say anything, then a coin, carpet coin. You go, it's up, but it's down, but it's up. But tomorrow it's going up. If you just always have a positive mindset, people will believe you.
You'll make a lot of money in the market, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, all your friends who had cryptocurrency 2 years ago, where are they at now? Working at PetSmart. They're not doing shit. All right? But like a lot of people got rich, but a lot of people are like don't say the crypto word around me. I get edgy. Okay.
Yeah.
Start tearing up when you say Bitcoin.
Well, all that is sales. That's basically sales.
Yes, exactly. And I think the same reason I didn't get in on some of these other social media apps, I think it's going to die out. So I didn't get into crypto. I didn't get into Bitcoin or NFTs. I mean, my friend was showing me like an alligator the other day of an NFT, and I'm like, you have a wife and kids. You have the same alligator in the picture book, but on your iPhone.
Yeah.
Wild. Is one of these for me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it. Actually.
That one
Either-
right there.
no,
Just
this
take
one?
it.
Next
No,
one.
Yeah.
What?
just take it.
Yes.
This one.
No, just
This
take
one?
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Number
no
three,
one's
1, 2,
touched
3.
Y'all
it.
dip
pellet
this with
with the
Viagra?
poison.
What are
Yeah.
you putting in
That
here?
one went viral.
This one? You didn't put any
Not
shit in
vodka.
No Cialis or anything?
No.
Okay. It's
There you go.
Tastes good.
smooth.
Good water.
Nice.
So, who's the most famous person in your iPhone?
I always see these TikToks. I always think about this. Who is it? I would probably say, give me a moment. I don't want to fuck this up. This is big. This is big.
Male or female?
Maybe none.
Hard to tell.
Yeah, maybe in this day and age, it could be a fucking giraffe NFT. I don't know.
Oh, that's true.
God, because I feel like this is going to be a clip on TikTok, so I have to. I know how you guys edit this
We
shit.
can call, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I could just lie, right?
Just lie.
My buddy.
We'll know, though.
My buddy, he goes by Barack
Obama. Can you call him?
From the Midwest.
He's on East Coast time. It's a little late for him right now. Him and Michelle do quiet hours after 8.
Do you want to call him?
I would. I don't know. I think the most famous people in my contacts are. Let's see here. Young Gravy, great friend of mine.
Oh, yeah.
You guys know him?
We just did a deal with him last 2 weeks ago already, my
Oh,
cousin.
yeah?
Time
Oh,
flies. We did a video with him.
He's
Yeah.
the man.
Yes.
He's probably the. People like that.
No more hell.
We danced in the background when he performed at the streaming.
That's right.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's great. He's
And
a great
then
guy.
he danced on the table. And I thought, Mabel on the table
There
with
you go.
Young Gravy.
Damn.
Yeah.
Don't slip
Put
in
that
that
on
gravy.
OnlyFans, you know?
Wait, while you're looking through there, have you ever been in love?
Of course. I have been in love. And her name was Fleshlight. And
What did you say?
Did you say
Say
fleshlight or
again? What was her name?
but that joke
dance?
bombed so hard. But I've been in love, dude. I'm getting red,
Let's
dude.
do it again. Run it back. Run it
No,
back.
of course I've been in love. Yeah.
The artificial limbs that drew her to you, but you know.
Yeah. What's the question? Where am I? What did you put in that
Are you
fucking
in love?
water?
Are you in love now?
Why are my legs tingling?
Are you in love now?
Oh.
I'm in the stage where I'm loving myself, self-care,
that
self-love,
counts.
touching myself a lot, Yeah. No,
His girlfriend's name Eileen.
Eileen, yeah, exactly. Mavis is her
had one
government
leg.
name. This guy's cracking him. Eileen, one leg?
You guys always like
We don't get his jokes, but he cracked himself up.
That's a good one. Between that and the Sammy Davis one, we got a type 5 over here. Let's go to the improv tonight.
You can't do those things.
You should hire him to sing.
We dress him up. We
Gets
get
everybody.
Take him anywhere.
Really?
You can't say
Do you guys get recognized a lot?
We're starting to.
That's awesome. Where do you guys get recognized? Like, you guys just on like Melrose and people?
I was coming out of Target, and this car stopped, and she said, "Wait, are you on TikTok?"
That's so cool.
And I said, "Yes." She said, "Wait right there. I'll be right back."
What?
And she ran over, got her phone. I guess we took pictures. It was.
That's awesome. I'm glad. Yeah, because when I got reached out to do this, I was like, oh yeah, I've seen them all over TikTok.
No, I only get recognized from my poster at the post office.
Oh yeah,
People
the
see me a
wanted
lot.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let this guy in
They
here.
say I'm wanted, so it's like,
Yeah.
somebody wants me.
I usually
Hey.
get it at Goodwill,
Really?
Yeah,
That one didn't make it. Okay.
And what do they say? They're like, sir,
I
you need
was
a
at the
dollar? Or what do they say?
I was
yeah,
at
they kind of want my coat back,
Oh yeah.
I was at the dentist's office, and the receptionist jumped out of her chair and yelled, "Retirement house!"
Well, that's fucked up. Because what did she mean? The app or like literally? Both. That's what I was always yelling at my grandpa.
And I had a roofer come to the house, and he took one look at me, and he said, "Oh my gosh!" And he pulled out his phone, and he tapped, and there I was.
Really?
But he
Yeah.
didn't offer me a discount.
Oh, damn.
But
Should have pushed him off the roof.
But the wonderful thing is that no one wants an autograph anymore. They all want selfies.
Selfie.
Yeah.
I had that.
And you know what he realized? I was like, oh yeah,
Selfie.
let's take a selfie. They go, no, I want a full body photo.
Yeah.
Because I guess the selfie is more like I'm a fan, but a photo together is like we're hanging out.
Right. Yeah.
We're boys.
Thanks for the warning.
Well, that's good for me because I never could write very well.
Oh, autographs?
Yeah, the cursory thing. I never could do that very well.
You don't need it.
Don't need it
Not in this
anymore.
day and age.
Nope.
They have an app for that.
Of course,
Just
now I've only had
scribble.
one opportunity to do that. I was standing in the lobby at the MGM Hotel with Red Fox,
Right, I know Red Fox, of course.
and they thought we were Sanford and Son.
Did you make some money off that?
No, I got a bruised shin.
What? They kicked
Because
you?
I was trying to explain to the young lady, I'm not Damon Will. And Red Fox kicked me on my side, it fool.
Oh, that's a great story. That's really cool. But people in Vegas are drunk, you know? They think I'm Dane Cook, or, you know, they're just hammered.
I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, it's Las Vegas. You can really say whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
You can just lie and scam tourists.
I'm glad you.
yeah.
I'm glad you said Dane Cook because I couldn't get over the Seahawk logo.
Oh, the Seahawks logo? I'm just a man. I know what I look like. I've seen myself in a lot of videos and photos, and I think front on, I'm like a Las Vegas 9, but that side angle is brutal. I look like a Stonehenge.
A Las Vegas.
It's character.
Now is that different from any other place? The 9.
Yo, yeah, of course. I think honestly, I'm like a LA 7. No hat. Hat takes it down a notch.
Is this on the beach or just
No,
walking down?
shirt on. I don't do well at the beach. I was born with red hair, so I burn.
ditto.
I
Yeah.
I burn easy.
Burn,
Yeah, tell me about
blister.
red hair.
Yeah.
Yep, burning.
Yeah, so me, there's nothing hot about a guy saying, "Is that SPF 70 or 75 at the beach?" No girl's like, "Oh my God, he cares about his skin."
And it still doesn't work at 75.
No,
it's
you got to reapply. You got to wait 20 minutes, get cramps, run in the ocean, step on a sand crab. It's a whole day.
Oh wow. Glad I don't have those challenges.
Yeah,
So coming from Ventura, you're not a big surfer?
I did like going to the beach a lot, but mainly because we would smoke weed there. Yeah,
Smoke weed.
smoke weed at the beach.
Now there's
It's free TV. The waves just keep coming. No
Yeah.
commercials. Something about the beach. Like we would boogie board and like skimboard where you'd throw the board into the water.
Yeah.
Loved that. That was great. We did
Unless
that
you
in
hit
like,
a
high
dry
school.
patch. And then
Yeah, oh, go flying.
Yeah.
And they go flying.
Go flying. And then all the kids are like, loser, Seahawks.
Just in case I never have a chance to tell you, you're very funny.
Thank you so much.
Right.
This is
You're
I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great. You guys have awesome energy.
Where's our energy today?
Well,
It was that big lunch we had at 11 o'clock with the old girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, damn. What have you guys been doing all day, huh?
Just taking back, getting ready.
Really?
Research.
That's it.
That was
We had to go
research
to
on
lunch
you.
at
Yeah.
11.
Easiest job ever. How the fuck do I join the retirement house?
Yeah, just move in.
Yeah, damn. Do you guys get wild DMs, or who goes to the retirement house DMs? Do people slide in on you guys?
Different people.
Ooh,
Some of the
damn.
creators
Oh,
sign
damn.
in. We have an intern, I believe.
You guys have an intern?
Yeah.
You bet.
Where,
Yasmin.
there she is.
Hello, Yasmin.
Yes?
Damn.
She sends her love.
She sends her love.
You guys
Yeah.
are probably the best to work for.
Probably.
Because I feel like you work for like a 34-year-old. He's he's on Adderall. He's got a Bluetooth headset. Oh, give me this, give
Oh,
me
we
that.
got rid of him.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are probably, because you guys are very caring people in general. So I feel like you would never be mean, and you know you're looking out for everybody.
We're never going to be mean to you. I can tell you
Thank you,
that.
please.
Yeah, she may
please.
slap around some of us and maybe step on our throats sometimes. But else with that, we're not mean.
Yeah, but that's out of love.
But
Yeah, but
it's out of love.
And that's as long as the lights are on.
Yeah.
Yeah. and
No,
if they keep
here we
vacuuming,
go.
you're going to turn these damn lights off. You know?
Now, to get back to your career, which is going great now,
Hey,
where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
in the retirement house. Yeah, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, but at a higher level with my friends. That's really it. I want to just, I love what I do right now. I can't stress that enough. This sounds cliche, but I don't like sleeping because it means I'm not doing the stuff I like to do. It's like I like to just be like, all right, let me get this night shit out. Let me get this sleep shit out of the way because tomorrow I'm filming this or that. And, so I just hope to keep doing on bigger, play bigger venues, play bigger theaters, and then make better videos with more friends and bigger budgets and more people watching.
Right. And write more.
Yeah. I think 10 years ago, everybody was like, I need to do this to get into movies. I need to do this to get into film. But like now it's like,
It's a free for all.
yeah, it's like I get more views on a YouTube video than half the shit that these independent films do. And it's not scale. It's apples to oranges. But I think as long as I can still reach people with what I think is funny and connect with an audience, then there's no point for me to change what I'm doing.
No. And there's such a wonderful thing happening to the generation you're talking to.
Yeah.
Fat is okay. Skinny is okay. Upscale, downscale, every color of skin. Inclusion that I've never seen. I was very touched at the Streamies. I really was. I had an epiphany. I thought these young people are not going to go off and fight a war anywhere.
Yeah, the biggest people online right now are just doing it themselves. They get a few people that are like-minded and they have the same passion and drive. And I'm fortunate enough to have some of those people that I work with, and they just make it happen. There's no waiting, which I think is great. I never. I never want to even when I go to a restaurant, they're like, wait, it's gonna be 35 minutes. Cool, we're not eating here. Boom. I don't want to I'm always just trying to be on the go.
Right.
And that's the same thing how I feel with the career stuff. It's like
faster.
Yeah, I don't want to wait to send a video to somebody to wait for their notes from a client. They're like, well, can you cut this? Can you? I'd like to just keep it going.
I used to say that singers and musicians could go stand out on the corner, put out a hat, and they could get money thrown into the hat. Actors, you go out on the street, you start acting, they're going to call them in the white coat.
Yeah.
But this has changed all of that.
Yeah.
You can make your own material, you can air it, you can charge people to watch it.
Yeah, there's really a lot of options. I mean, and it's cool because it makes the younger people who are creating get the business side of it quick. Because now all of a sudden you're 22 and you got a paycheck for Bang Energy for $10,000 and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
What do I do with this?
Yeah.
Obviously rent a Lamborghini for the day, But yeah, you find the business side of it quick, and then you go, how do I make this a career?
That brings me to a question about YouTube. We've been on TikTok. We're making that transition to YouTube. Any advice?
I think just YouTube Shorts is great. That's where, and since you guys have a great IP, your recognition on TikTok, if people are on YouTube, I think people will scroll both. They'll be like, oh, they're on here? So if you just post to YouTube Shorts, people will see you guys. And also, I just think you guys as a group collectively stand out. So even whatever you're posting on YouTube, people will be like, oh, what is this? There's enough guys that have dangly cross earrings and bleached tips on TikTok. So if you guys are on YouTube or TikTok or really wherever, you guys are going to stand out. People are going to, well, what's going on here? And I think that's what is good because you're working with people who are very in the now, and so are you guys. So you're doing the same shit that the other creators are doing, but you guys are doing it in your own way. And it's unique, and it's funny. It's good stuff.
Well, our creators are doing it.
Well said.
Yes.
No, you guys. It's you guys.
Yeah. It's all of us. It's a big team.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The collaborative effort is
And
great.
we're not just saying that because we want to get paid.
No, of course. Of course.
Saying how great they are. Yeah, it's just-
And thank God we all really get along.
So are you guys on salary or day rates here? What is retirement
They
house
feed
kicking you
us
guys?
lunch.
They feed you lunch?
Yeah, we,
I was gonna
we
say,
do it all
yeah.
for lunch.
Yes.
At 11:05, huh?
They watch-
Is it good lunch? What are you guys getting? Tender greens?
You bet.
Yeah.
wow.
Real good lunch.
I mean, I see the house.
Kibble.
Not
for
bad, huh?
roughage.
Yeah, this was a nice house.
Sweet place. Yeah.
If you guys had a reality show, that'd be awesome. I love reality TV.
Would you give us that as a quote, please?
Yes.
I can't get my own fucking show, so. But I would. But I love how they edit reality TV. It's like the music and the dramatic punch-ins and the
The
zoom.
punch-in,
Yeah, like if I knocked over that cup of water, it would be a shot on your face, and then like devil music, like dun dun dun, and they just make it seem like
The
just
dog
so.
would be running out the door.
Exactly. Next week, then the dog's running away. Then you hear sirens for some reason. They try to make it as chaotic as possible. I think that's what's so funny about
Yeah.
it.
And then that black car would be outside revving its engine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gonna run?
Yeah.
Well, the wonderful thing is that we're now doing this national podcast. We started in TikTok, but now we're on a podcast.
That's the beautiful thing. You get an audience, and the audience wants to hear more of you, and you try different things. You go, do the people who love my videos, do they love my podcast? Let's find out. And vice versa, you know?
Well, this podcast, it was like watching a show with you performing. It was great.
I feel like we need to do a podcast appearance. That's like the modern day Carson, dare I say.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Like
It is,
I go on here to impress your guys' audience, right? And then people who watch me are going to watch this, and then you guys are also performing for them. It's like a trade.
Exactly.
You know? So that's like the modern day. Like if you go on Joe Rogan, his audience is so massive, that'll do more for your career than anything. Where
But you
go on
know
there.
that if you play to us, you have to end at 10 o'clock.
Oh, that's great. That's perfect. I can still get to In and Out by then, you know?
Yeah,
The line won't be too crazy by then. I'll
In
expense
and
it on you guys.
Yeah, back in the day of the Carson show when we were doing stand-up, the big thing was you had to keep it clean.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
on Carson, and it would take you 45 minutes worth of stuff to get a good 5 minutes.
Right.
And bombing a lot.
Yeah, and that's
Getting
what
it
also, because that's not the authentic version of your set, but it's
Right.
the TV version of your set.
Right.
And then people go, this wasn't funny. You're like, well, yeah, I had to bleep every word.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I've heard some of your stuff, and you're not really blue, but do you have a completely clean set?
I mean, I can, yeah. There's a comedy club in Hermosa. Jay Leno owns it. He prefers the comedians to be clean there. And I was driving there a couple months ago, and I was like, why do I cuss so much? It's just natural, and it's. I would love to change that, but it kind of just, I guess it just flows.
Yeah, back in the day, again, people would say cussing. You could tell they were bombing.
Of course, yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, fuck.
Yeah.
And then that would get a laugh. It's like, that's not a real laugh.
Exactly.
And
you
whereas
know.
someone could keep, the funniest line I heard was David Letterman, before it became really big, was on stage, hippie look. And he'd say, anybody here from Baltimore? A couple of people raised their hand. He'd just say, can I have a ride home? Simple, funny, and clean. And that's
Of course,
why
yeah.
I said, it can be done.
Yeah.
And I've seen Jay Leno, Freddie Prinze, from Chico and the Man. Whenever he was bombing, it would be, that's not my job. And it'd be dead silence, just he knows. Or Dynamite.
Jimmy Walker.
Jimmy Walker.
Yeah. He's
You could tell they were
he's still doing comic clubs, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's.
Dynamite.
He should come to the retirement house.
He'd
But
be great.
no, it was. And Freddie Prinze would walk in with like a purse. He'd have his yellow Corvette out there, and you say, "Well, I guess he's Freddie Prinze. He can carry a purse." But it was a tape recorder recording his own
Yeah.
bit. So they're still doing it. They're still trying and coming here. So it gives you hope.
Of course.
Like big names on TV is still doing stand up. So never give up.
Yeah. Keep it going.
And people are going back to the clubs. People that are big stars are going back to the clubs.
Yeah, I think it's just it's instincts. You spend 20 or 30 years of your life doing stand up, then you take some time off, you're gonna miss it. Roseanne was doing stand up the other day at the Comedy Store.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Okay.
With that.
Oh, I love some good stuff. I'm all over the place. I love kind of just modern day hip hop, but I love just some old like Cool John and the Gang. Get down on it. Every time I have a bad show, I listen to that song, and for the next show, then that gets me back in the zone.
Oh, that's good.
Great.
I don't know why I know all these old songs because I used to play Grand Theft Auto growing up, and all the radio stations on the cars when you drive around would play, like All My Exes Live in Texas, like all these old hits. My parents would be like, "How do you know this?" And I'd be like, Grand Theft Auto. But the best stuff was on there. Hall & Oates, some of my favorite, just like stuff like that. But also just a bunch of dumb dubstep and EDM type stuff to rot the brain a little bit, and but then just some good rap, just some good old fashioned rap while you're driving around the nice parts of Burbank.
I was going to say, you're driving a car and running over people while you're listening to Cool in the Gang.
Yeah, but there's nothing better than being like, you're running late to a meeting and you're like, let's put on some Young Dolph and just get in the vibe. Best rapper ever. Right on. Wow. So I think it's everywhere. I think if that's something that this could be a tip, if you're on a first date, you guys should both be like, oh, go to your Spotify, hit randomize, and just click play and just be like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's cool. It could be Avril Lavigne, could be Slipknot. Who knows? A little bit of Skrillex in there.
Well, whenever you're down next time, Just know that Retirement House loves you.
Oh, you guys are the
And
best.
our door is always open to you.
Really? Is it always
Yep,
open?
absolutely.
This is a nice house.
You know,
Yeah, that's why
Can I bring a date here? This is fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
It is winter, so it may not be
yeah,
open.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, this is nice, man. This is nice.
Are you going to be on tour?
Yeah, I'm wrapping up my tour now. I leave tomorrow. Where am I going? Atlantic City.
Wow.
Yeah, Vegas on the beach. Hope I don't get crabs. Hell.
Get that SPF 75.
Oh, I'm gonna need it, right?
Right.
Yeah, I finish up my tour in January, and then I'll be here for a while, and then that's when I can work on some more projects.
Wonderful.
Great.
Swing by and make more videos with you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming by.
Try some stuff out.
Of course. Thank you. Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Remember to like and subscribe. And our great guest, Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
Thank you for coming by.
Thank you. And you can buy Dave Chappelle's tickets at trevorwallacecomedy.com.
Great. Loved it.